Rockets and Nuggets for you tonight here on FSN Houston. Both these teams below 500 on the year, trying to work their way back. Denver's Pepsi Center, the site for this one. The Houston Rockets hoping for a holiday treat in the form of a win over the Nuggets. Hey there, and welcome into the FSN studios for Rockets Game Time. Emily Jones with you for the next 30 or so minutes, getting you ready for this one at the bottom of the hour. Houston on a quick one-game road trip to the Mile High City before returning home for the holidays and a 3-day break from game action. The Rockets actually playing much better away from the Toyota Center, however, boasting a 7-7 road record compared to a 3-7 mark at home.
It's interesting. He's in he's got quite a dilemma. If he shoots when two guys are on him, which he's already been called in his career, he's selfish. Now that he passes, people want him to shoot when he's double teamed. When we lose, he can't win. He can't win. And everybody's going to look for him to do the opposite. My thing is, he needs to be very aggressive offensively. And with two on him, if we can't put guys around him that can make, then that's on us as a management team.
And here's a little something to chew on. Denver has won 2 of the last 3 meetings against the Rockets at home and 5 of the last 8 overall. During that stretch, the Nuggets have outperformed the Rockets in basically every phase of the game, including the points department, by a 5-point margin. Tonight's Toyota moving forward key to the game. Well, Tracy McGrady, he was held to 7 points in Wednesday's home game against the Raptors and will be looking to bounce back now on the road. T-Mac with the biggest disparity in his game between home and the road. He's putting up 27 a game at the Toyota Center and managing just 18 points on the road. And that 9-point differential leads the NBA by more than 2.5 points. Welcome back to Rockets pregame, getting you ready for tip-off between Houston and Denver. And you might remember last season, Tracy McGrady had one of the best games of his career against the Nuggets. T-Mac put up 45 on Denver, which is his second highest point total as a Rocket. And after last night's 7 points performance, McGrady would love nothing more than a stellar shooting night. Right now, let's head back to the Pepsi Center and join the guys calling tonight's game, Bill Worrell and Matt Bullard. Guys, that can't happen again, can it?
Well, Emily, it depends on how Denver wants to play it. Toronto did an effective job of putting Morris Peterson on McGrady and then using double teams from both sides, and they effectively cut him off. But he had 11 assists and 8 rebounds, so he was doing some other things.
Well, that's the thing about Tracy is the team really needs him to score, but he does other things on the court. The 11 assists are very impressive, but with Yao out, Tracy's got to score points.
Yeah, he really does, Matt. And of course, if Juwan Howard is your leading scorer, then I would say that you're in a bit of a jam, because Juwan is a go-to man, has been a go-to man earlier. When he played here in Denver, he averaged 18 points, 8 rebounds a game.
Well, Juwan is a very, very steady performer. And you can see here, he's taking the ball to the basket against Toronto. Well, how is he getting to the basket? Well, because he's a good shooter. And Juwan's very consistent, can knock down the jump shots. He's going to need to score a lot of points tonight, but I agree with you, Bill. If he's the leading scorer tonight, the Rockets lose.
No, the real story tonight, of course, Carmelo Anthony having a terrific season, his 3rd season in the NBA. Tracy McGrady, when he's been healthy, has been the same old Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, look at these two guys. They're very, very similar numbers. Obviously, Tracy McGrady a little bit better on the rebounds, a little bit better on the assists, and I think that Tracy's a little bit better on the defensive end as well. But Tracy McGrady, he can really get it done at 6'8". He can score on anyone. Now watch that. Oh, the pump fake. He's such a seasoned veteran, and he can just rise up and shoot jump shots. He's one guy in the NBA who just cannot guard one-on-one. And then Carmelo Anthony, a very, very smooth offensive player. Looks so good with the basketball. I'm sure George Karl would like to see a lot more defense out of him, but Carmelo Anthony, one of the premier scorers in this league.
One thing about Carmelo Anthony, you want to try to keep him from driving, because he is an excellent driver. He gets a lot of his points inside about a 5-foot radius of the basket. He is not that good an outside shooter.
Well, and he gets a lot of his points from the free throw line, too. In the last 10 games, Carmelo has really paraded to the free throw line. The Rockets are going to need to keep him off the free throw line, because that's how great scorers score their points, going to the free throw line.
Marcus Camby is really having a season, isn't he? Here's a guy that has had a star-crossed career. He's had a lot of injuries in his career, but when he's healthy, he's as good as they come, and look at those numbers.
Man, this season for Carmelo, best of his career, best of his 10-year NBA career. Those are some very gaudy numbers, 17 points and 13 rebounds. That's what's impressive to me. As a guy as thin as Marcus Camby, getting 13 rebounds a game, that just shows you how hard he plays, and he gets it done on both ends of the court.
Of course, Camby, a lot of people will remember, was the starting center for Jeff Van Gundy in the 1999 finals against San Antonio when Patrick Ewing had that Achilles injury. So Marcus has been there, done that.
Yeah, he's been around the league, but he's found a home in Denver for sure.
Kenyon Martin has been a little banged up. They've got some injuries too, so this is going to be only the strong survive in this NBA game, Emily, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Well, guys, I talked about it at the top of the show. The Rockets 3-7 at home, but 7-7 on the road. Is that just the way things have fallen with injuries, with T-Mac being out? Have you really taken a look at that and seen if you can pinpoint that, attribute it to anything?
It's so hard to tell. Obviously, the Rockets are better on the road because of their record shows that, but the Denver Nuggets are better at home. They're 27-5 under George Karl since he's taken over here in Denver. So the Rockets are good on the road. Nuggets are good at home. It's going to be a great game tonight.
Yeah, Denver likes to run the visiting team a lot because of this altitude, so the Rockets will have to try to slow down that fast break.
Welcome back to Rockets pregame. It is the Rockets and Nuggets at the bottom of the hour from the Pepsi Center in Denver, and tis the season to be jolly, and what better way to get in that holiday spirit than a Christmas flick. But with so many to choose from, we needed the help of our backcourt movie critics, John Barry and David Wesley.
Hello and welcome to Backcourt Critics. I'm John Barry along with
David Wesley.
This is a new feature where we talk about nothing but movies. Well, it's the holiday season and we're talking holiday movies. One of my personal favorites, Home Alone. Dave, what do you think?
Not good. You know, a lot of people love the little kid, Macaulay, right here.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Just not a realistic. You talk about non-realistic. And you've talked about movies not being realistic. This is one of them. Not good.
I thought it was great. I mean, it's for the kids, Dave. And to have a little kid pull this off, all the little tricks he did when they came to the house. He had the Michael Jordan poster going across the curtain. And
after his family left him at home, which
that happens.
On an airplane?
He's got kids.
I don't think I'd leave him at home.
So let's rate the film. What do you think?
I'm going to give it the Air Ball.
Air Ball.
Yes. Okay. And yourself?
I'm going to go Slam Dunk. I thought it was great. Okay. Let's follow this up with the favorite holiday movie. Do you have one?
Frosty the Snowman.
Happy birthday! Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman. How can you not like that? Tell me you like that movie.
Well, Frosty's a bit of a cop-out to me. I mean, the guy comes around when it's snowing. Here he is. Gets to be friends with this kid. And now it starts to warm up, and he melts on him. Out of there.
It's not his fault.
I mean, well, the poor kid, he's in the greenhouse. He's crying. It's getting hot. And there goes his friend Frosty, melting to the ground. I mean, I thought it was tragic. I thought kids were going to be emotionally scarred from that film.
You're bringing me down.
I'm going to go with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for myself. I thought it was great. Burl Ives as the snowman, just a great voice. The Abominable Snowman reminds me of Dikembe Mutombo at times. I love the film.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it was great.
Good one.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this festive segment of Backcourt Critics. We'd like to wish you all a happy and Merry Christmas and a great holiday season.
Merry Christmas.
Time now for our Toyota stat of the night. The Rockets lost their last game to the Raptors, but they have won 7 of their last 10. They are shooting the ball better, although their three-point percentage has gone down. In fact, this month, Houston's shooting just 31.6% from three-point range. That is 5th worst in the league. Welcome back to Rockets Game Time, getting you ready for Houston and Denver here on FSN Houston. And the Rockets will need to pay special attention tonight to Nuggets guard Andre Miller. Miller averaged 7 assists in 3 starts last season against Houston, and in his last 8 games, he's got at least 8 assists, which is the longest active streak in the NBA. But enough about the Nuggets. It's time for our nightly pregame chat with a Rocket. Tonight, it's Ryan Bowen with Bill Worrell.
Thank you, Emily. I had to go out on the court to find this guy. He's the media darling here in Denver. You were doing all those interviews, Ryan Bowen. Of course, you played 5 years here, and you had your foundation, and you did a lot of good things, and I know you had fun while you were here.
Yeah, it was a great 5 years here. My first 5 years in the league, and met a lot of great people and set some good roots here, and so I still enjoy getting back here.
Yeah, it's an interesting place to play, and people talk about the altitude. How bad is it for a basketball player? Do you have to get that second wind when you first come here?
Yeah, you got to get that second wind. We did a good job this morning trying to get that first wind out of us, to try to blow it out of us. But it always seems the first couple minutes are going to be tough. Once you get through that, you really feel pretty good. Playing here, I kind of noticed, you go on a road trip, you'd come back, you could really tell. And when you played other cities, you could really tell. But a lot of guys think it's mental, but it's there. But you just got to get through it.
All right, the Rockets have to get through it, and they have almost as many guys in street clothes sitting on the side as they do playing. Is this the worst you've ever seen injury-wise?
No, we've had quite a few injuries, especially to some key guys, that are getting a lot of minutes and playing and stuff. So we just got to fight through it. We got to worry about who we have on the court, not who's not on the court. And so we're trying to do that and do the best we can.
Coaches were saying, okay, Ryan, rebound tonight. You got to rebound. They leave you open for shots. I mean, there are a lot of different things you're going to have to do you don't normally do.
Yeah, I definitely need to work on the boards. I didn't get one in 23 minutes last game, so I know I need to do that. But I'm just trying to hit the open shot. Tracy obviously is going to be double teamed a lot. Be confident in my shot, and just try to do what I do out there.
Can they really take him out of the game? I thought that Toronto did a good job of totally taking him out of the game offensively.
They did a good job. A lot of teams are doing that. They're sending a lot of guys, and so we all of us have to be ready to step up. I don't think we can just look at Tracy to try to carry us. We have to do our part to do what we can to take the pressure off him. If I start hitting a couple jumpers, they're going to be a little slower to leave me and go to him, and so I know all of us can help relieve the pressure off him.
All right, well, keep it going. You're the only one acclimated to this altitude, so you'll be able to run all night, huh?
No, it's been a while.
Okay. Live from the Pepsi Center in the Mile High City, FSN Houston presents Houston Rockets basketball, and tonight the Rockets taking on the Denver Nuggets. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Worrell. Good to have you with us as the Rockets go back out on the road to take on Denver. The Nuggets have lost 4 games in a row, but they're one of the best home teams in the NBA, and they average about 21 fast break points a game. They really like to get up and down this court and use this altitude to their advantage. The Rockets are a good road team. They've gone 7-7 on the road. The majority of their games have been on the road, so maybe this is what they need, Matt Bullard. They need to get out here and get to running. Maybe, I don't know whether they can run with Denver, but at least to get out here and see if they can get a win.
Well, a couple strikes against the Rockets already. They have 6 guys out, so that means they only have 9 guys in uniform, and at this altitude, they're probably tired already from the warm-ups.
Well, one guy they got is Tracy McGrady, and when you've got Tracy McGrady with T-Mac, you got a chance to win. Now, Toronto did a good job of double-teaming him, taking him out of the game, although he assisted 11 times.
Yeah, that's the thing about Tracy McGrady is he is such an all-around player. If Toronto's taking him away from his scoring, he's going to find his teammates with the assist. But tonight, he's going to have to score some points. Tracy McGrady's going to have to come out and play just like that, take it home and dunk it.
On the other side, Carmelo Anthony in his 3rd season in the NBA, and finally now he's doing it consistently every night. He's number 11 in scoring in the NBA.
Well, Carmelo is so smooth on the court. It's fun to watch him play offense. He can put the ball in the basket with the best of them, and dribble penetration, he can take it and he can dunk it, or he can dribble it, he can shoot it. Carmelo Anthony is a special player. It's going to be a great matchup between T-Mac and Carmelo tonight.
Well, with Yao Ming out for at least 6 weeks, the Rockets struggling in the middle, and they're going to go up against Marcus Camby, who is number 1 in rebounding, number 2 in shot blocking. What can they do to nullify Camby here tonight?
Well, I don't know. I love watching Camby play. He's having a great season. 17 points, 13 rebounds. It's great to see a guy in his 10th year having his best season of his career.
Okay, it's time for the Toyota Power Team. Keys to the game.
Well, stop dribble penetration, and that includes fast break points. Denver is number 1 in fast breaking in the NBA. Key number 2, you got to find some good health insurance, Bill. There's 6 players out for the Rockets. And key number 3, let's hope that T-Mac scores 62 tonight. If he does, it would tie his career high. It would tie Kobe as a season NBA high. And I guarantee you, Bill, if he scores 62, Rockets win tonight.
If he has 62 at the end of 3, I'm pretty sure Jeff's not going to take him out of the game.
No, let's go for 70, 80.
I'm going for that.
All right.
Let's see what happens tonight as the Rockets try to get a win. And we'll be back with the tip-off in just a moment on FSN Houston. Again, everybody, and welcome back to the Pepsi Center in the Mile High City. The Houston Rockets have won 7 of their last 10 games, even with all of the injuries, while Denver has lost 4 games in a row. These are 2 clubs that everybody thought would be high in the pecking order in the West, but they're struggling at this moment to find some wins. Let's set up tonight's starting lineups. And it'll be Ryan Bowen, Juwan Howard, Stromile Swift, David Wesley, and Tracy McGrady. And for Southwest Airlines, we'll have Carmelo Anthony, Kenyon Martin, Marcus Camby, Andre Miller, and DeMar Johnson. We're just about ready to go, and we'll be back with the tip-off in just a moment on FSN Houston. Everybody, and welcome back to the Pepsi Center. We're just about ready to go with tonight's contest. As the Houston Rockets at 10-14, the Nuggets at 12-14. George Karl joined this team last year when it was 17-25. He went on, they were 6 games out of the playoffs when he joined them, and then he led the Nuggets to a 32-8 record and the 7th seed in the NBA playoffs. And George, of course, is a veteran. He's done a lot of jobs in his 13th winningest coach in NBA history. He's had coaching stints at Cleveland, Golden State, Seattle, Milwaukee, and won a couple of titles in the CBA. So George has been around. Jeff Van Gundy, of course, his success, we all know, in New York with the Knicks, and he's now in his 3rd season with the Houston Rockets, leading the Rockets to the NBA playoffs. And hoping to do that again this year. But Jeff says, as you heard in the pregame, time is running out on the Houston Rockets. They can't blame injuries. They've got to go out and play. But, boy, when you miss Tracy McGrady for 8 games and then Yao Ming's going to be out for about 6 weeks, Matt, what do you do?
Well, that's some tough luck right there, Bill. The Rockets 1-8, or 0-8, sorry, when T-Mac is out. 1-1 so far with Yao out, but Yao is a big hole to fill. Let's see if Stromile Swift can come up with something big in tonight's game.
Well, Toronto did a good job of shutting Tracy McGrady down in the last game. He had 11 assists and 8 rebounds, but he was not the explosive scorer that he has to be for Houston to win. And we'll see what this Denver Nuggets team likes to do. This Denver team is #1 in fast break points in the NBA, and especially at home, where they average 21 points a game off the fast break in this building.
Well, they got the altitude, clear advantage, and they score 9 more points a game here in Denver than they do on the road. So Denver loves the home cooking here. Let's hope that the Rockets can play their normal road game here in Denver.
We got a shot of Ryan Bowen a moment ago. First 5 years of his NBA career he spent here in Denver, and he spent the pregame doing interviews with all of the Denver media, and then nice enough to do an interview with me on FSN Houston. So Ryan's been busy.
I hope he got warmed up before the game.
Well,
I know he's talking a lot.
We're going to find out right now as he makes Carmelo Anthony shoot over the top. Now, this is the worst. We talked about Denver being a good fast break team, but they're dead last in 3-point shooting. Yes. So it tells me that you have to make them shoot over the top, huh?
Yeah, and that's what Jeff Van Gundy's defense is geared to do. It's geared to keep people out of the paint. The Rockets do sometimes give up a lot of 3-point shots, but that's what the Nuggets are worst at.
Juwan Howard dropping it over to Stromile Swift, and he missed it. Andre Miller is a great penetrator. This is what he has done in his entire 6 years in the NBA. He gets inside that lane. And there's Carmelo. It looked like an instant replay, and Swift with the rebound.
Ryan Bowen's got his work cut out for him guarding Carmelo. Carmelo has averaged 30 points in the last 6 games.
Yeah, he's really hit his stride. And here's McGrady fouled by DeMar Johnson. That could be a tough matchup for Johnson. Johnson's very angular at 6'8", and I don't know if he can stay with McGrady.
Well, we talked about Ryan Bowen having a hard time with Carmelo. DeMar Johnson's going to have a tough time with T-Mac.
The officials, Kenny Maurer, Leon Wood, and Jason Phillips. Phillips, Wood, and Maurer, the officials for tonight's game. So we've got a good crew. Inside now to Stromile Swift. Little baby hook. Boy, it'd be good to see him active tonight.
Yeah, Stromile has had some very good games at center. And then he's had last couple games he hasn't done well at all. So maybe this will be his breakout game.
Kenyon Martin. He's had knee problems all year long. This time he misses the shot. He had off-season knee surgery, and he's had tendonitis off and on most of the season, and they have to really monitor his minutes. There's the double team on McGrady, going to make him give up the ball. If the Rockets can hit the open shot, might help on that double team. There's a good fake. And inside to Swift. Swift to Bowen. Bowen made a smart move. He went for the layup. He missed both of them.
Nice cut by Ryan, just couldn't get him to go.
Johnson, pretty good shot from the outside. Camby, nice drive on Swift. He's fouled, and he will go to the line. Now, Stromile Swift has to stay out of foul trouble early, and that's his first.
Yeah, we talked about the Rockets only having 9 players in uniform, and foul trouble will be a big, they have to stay out of foul trouble with only 9 players. And we talked to Moochie before the game. Moochie's playing with a strained right quad, so he's not at 100%. So that's really only about 8.5 players in uniform.
Now, why would you go for a head fake of Camby from 15 to 17 feet out? I would want him to take that shot, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would, and I'm sure that these guys here would, and I'm sure that Jeff Van Gundy would, too.
Okay, I was just asking.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'd... Oh, Martin gets the long rebound. Now Camby will fire it from outside, and he misses. Going for the slam. As DeMar Johnson couldn't get it. So the Rockets dodge a couple of lightning bolts. And T-Mac spinning on the baseline, got a good look and missed. And Camby will clear it out. And a steal by Juwan Howard. I think Stromile Swift might have got a hand on it. That's Juwan's spot right there at the left elbow, and he missed.
Rushed it a little bit. A lot of times in the fast break situation, you don't know how much time you have. Juwan had a lot more time than he thought.
Camby goes to the basket, and a foul on Juwan Howard.
Juwan just grabbed Kenyon Martin so that he wouldn't get the alley-oop. Kenyon not too happy with that foul. Let's watch it here. There's the alley-oop pass, and Juwan fouls Kenyon. Kenyon's not happy with that at all. Kenyon Martin has really been struggling with that knee problem, Bill. He plays a game, sits out a game, plays a game, sits out a game, and I know with those knee injuries, coming off of the knee surgery, it is, especially as explosive as Kenyon Martin is, if he doesn't have the explosiveness, his game isn't all there.
So Martin, of course, taking his time. It's a 2-shot foul. He'll get a couple of free throws. Coming into this game, Martin has played in only 18 of the games so far this season. He's shooting 48% from the field, but only 67% from the free throw line. Now, we heard a whistle before the free throw. They're going to have to wave it off.
The problem with the
clock was rolling while he shot the free throw.
They're just having the running clock, Bill. They're just running clock.
That's the way they do it at the YMCA.
Yeah. That's the way AJ plays, my son AJ. Just hit the running clock, that makes the games a little faster.
Yes, right. Does he? Yeah, is he? They don't have a penalty booth in basketball.
Penalty box, no.
Penalty box?
No. AJ tries to stay out of the penalty box in basketball.
Okay. Well, Martin now will have the 2 free throws coming. This time he misses, so
he didn't get credit for the first one.
Yeah.
It was like a practice. He was taking a mulligan here, and he shanked his mulligan.
That's right.
So
I know all about it. Kenyon Martin came over here as a free agent from New Jersey.
They don't allow mulligans at your golf club, do they, Bill?
No, we have a rule when you tee off that you hit it till you like it.
Ah.
Sometimes that can slow up play considerably.
Apparently so. That might to take me 10 or 12 shots.
He's got a couple of members that liberal use of the money.
Do you have any members that give themselves 5 or 6 foot putts?
Yes. Get an arm broken in my club. There's Stromile Swift taking it inside. And the rebound goes to the Nuggets. Miller alley-oop, backdoor. Somebody's got Kenyon Martin.
Well, he was a little upset with that foul from Juwan Howard. He just got up and flushed that one.
McGrady. Here comes the double team on McGrady, going to make him give it up. One extra pass to Ryan Bowen. Bowen will shoot it and miss it. And the rebound to Stromile Swift. And it's knocked away by Andre Miller. Quickly, Carmelo Anthony. Good pickup by Ryan Bowen, and they're going to call a foul on Ryan.
That is great defense right there by Ryan. Carmelo Anthony in the fast break situation. Let's watch it here. And here's Ryan over here, and he just picks up Carmelo on the draw. Sorry, guys. There's the dunk from Kenyon Martin. Explosiveness right there. But Ryan Bowen on this foul picked up Carmelo Anthony on the dribble penetration. I thought stayed in front of him very well.
Timeout, Houston. So we have a timeout taken by the Rockets. 8:12 left to play in the first period, and the Nuggets are off to a good start. Rockets 1 for 8 from the field, only 2 points as Denver takes the early lead. Let's take a look at tonight's McDonald's League leaders. Most consecutive games with 4+ assists. You see Steve Nash, he's always at the top. Andre Miller shows you how effective he is night in and night out. Andre Miller reminds you a lot of Sam Cassell, a little faster Sam Cassell. He likes to get in the paint, shoot the little jumper inside. He's got a good game from about 14 feet in.
Yeah, he's one of those point guards that's got a good mid-range game. He's pretty strong, can get to the hoop whenever he wants, but can't really shoot the three-pointer as well as some of the other point guards in the league.
No, he's taken only 13, Matt. He's 2 for 13 from the three-point line, so he really doesn't even look for the three-point shot. Rockets stuck out on the three-point line, looking down to Stromile Swift. Swift will work on Camby. Working on Camby, goes to the hook shot, puts it up, missed it. Camby with a rebound. So in the early going, Swift very active, but he's only 1 for 3. The Rockets now 1 for 9 from the field.
1 for 9.
That's right. Marcus Camby hits.
1 for 9 would then tell us why the Rockets only have 2 points.
That's it. The Rockets coaches, of course, talking before the game, they think that Marcus Camby is having his best season ever as a pro in his 10th year. They had him at New York with the Knicks, all of the Rockets coaching staff, so they know what they're talking about. That rattles in and out for McGrady, so the Rockets now 1 for 10. The outside and a miss. Looked like Lamar Johnson's afraid he wouldn't get a shot if he didn't hurry and put one up.
He's thinking, I got to guard T-Mac.
Yeah, well, he didn't do a good job of that either.
So he missed a shot, and he let T-Mac get a layup.
And the double team was late coming. I don't know if he was waiting for it to help him out or what, but McGrady went right to the basket. Oh, and so does Johnson.
Well, T-Mac not happy at all there with his help defense. And as T-Mac gets upset, we have Lonnie Baxter getting ready to check in for the Rockets.
McGrady misses. And the rebound goes to Camby. Three-pointer won't go.
A lot of quick shots tonight, Bill.
Yeah, there's going to be that.
It's going to be up and down the court. It's like a tennis match for us, watching back and forth.
Camby averages 13 rebounds a game. That's number 1 in the NBA, and we're going to have an illegal defense. 3-second violation on the Nuggets. So let's see who Baxter's coming in for.
Lonnie Baxter getting a chance to come in the game early. Checks in for Stromile Swift. Lonnie gets a chance to play some center.
So Swift will sit down early, and he was 1 for 3 from the field. Had 3 rebounds. I think probably that substitution was more for defense. 6:08 left in the quarter. And Dikembe Mutombo would love to be playing in this game.
Yep, that's
he played here in Denver.
Rockets have 4 ex-Nuggets on their roster.
Yep.
Juwan Howard, Dikembe Mutombo, John Barry, and Ryan Bowen.
Of course, we'd like to see John get well and get back with the Rockets. He's one of many. Rafer Alston, Derek Anderson, John Barry, Dikembe Mutombo, Yao Ming, all out with injuries as we have a whistle.
And Bobby Sura on that list as well. He won't be playing at all this season.
Well, I didn't count Bobby because he never played.
But, Bobby's a guy that played great for the Rockets last year, and the Rockets could definitely use him right now. But 6 guys out for the Rockets. That is almost unheard of.
That was the 14th foul on Houston. Swinging around to Miller. Andre Miller with the outside shot for 2.
He can make that one. That's in his range.
13-5.
Rockets can't dig themselves too big of a hole here, Drew. They've got to start making some shots.
Grady missing. Down court, Wesley with a good job of transition defense. That's one of the strengths for Houston, transition defense. They don't allow a lot of fast break points, and the Nuggets are number 1 in that category. Something's got to give. Double team on McGrady. There, you got to hit this shot right here. Yep. If they're going to double team McGrady that quickly, that's going to be there all night. And Wesley hits.
David's been shooting the 3-ball very well this season, above 40% all season.
Looked like he came out early for practice. He had all day long to set that shot up. Kenyon Martin a little outside his range. Well, you want Martin and Camby shooting from out there. That's lovely. McGrady takes it inside, lays it off the glass, and Lonnie Baxter missed the tip in. So the Nuggets will set it up. 4:27 left in the quarter. They go again to Carmelo. And good defense by Houston, and a foul is whistled. And Carmelo Anthony will go to the line. The foul on Lonnie Baxter. Anthony's in that mold with Kobe Bryant. They drive to the basket a lot, thus they live on the free throw line.
Let's watch this now. Here's the rotator. Carmelo should have rotated over. He was on Ryan Bowen, and he'd want to give Ryan that shot instead of David Wesley. David Wesley among the league leaders in 3-point shots, but Carmelo Anthony didn't rotate on that at all.
Carmelo Anthony already with 233 free throw attempts as McGrady comes out of the game. The Rockets are 3 for 16, 19%. Denver 5 of 12 for 42.
The Rockets are going to have to start putting the ball in the basket. You cannot keep up with a team as powerful on the offensive end as the Denver Nuggets if you dig a big hole like the Rockets are doing.
Nuggets average 98 points a game. That's good for number 10, but they give up 97. Wesley coming off a pick, misses the jumper. Lonnie almost had another tip in, couldn't quite get it. Camby on the perimeter. We'll swing it around. Andre Miller looking for a pick. Finds Camby open. Camby misses, and Juwan Howard had 12 rebounds a couple of nights ago against Toronto to go along with 21 points. Good setup for Ryan Bowen. He missed the shot. Lonnie Baxter, and he gets the foul. Now, that's the third offensive touch that Baxter has on the rebounds. He got 2 of them and almost got a tip in the last time.
And here's the penetration from David Wesley. Open jump shot for Ryan. He misses it, but how about Lonnie Baxter? His effort, his hustle has been what Jeff Van Gundy has liked. And like you say, 3 offensive rebounds already for Lonnie. What a great opportunity for him to come in the game in the first period and show what he can do.
Kenyon Martin checking out of the game now, and Eduardo Nahara, out of the University of Oklahoma, is in the game. Oh, boy, they had 2 going for the alley-oop, and they fought each other off the ball. I've never seen that. Luther Head, nice pass inside to Juwan Howard. Back-to-back buckets by Houston. 2 Nuggets at the rim.
That means 2 Rockets blew their defensive assignments.
You know, when you go in the back door 2 at a time, sometimes there's not enough there. Good defense by Baxter as he almost threw the charge. Luther Head comes out of there with a basketball. Looking for the shot, goes down to Juwan. And a steal by Miller. Andre Miller. Oh, great defensive play by Ryan Bowen. three and misses. Rockets are beginning to suck air right there as Miller misses, and this altitude starting to get to a couple of the Rockets. I don't blame them. Anthony hits the shot.
The Rockets could use a timeout right now. Ryan Bowen is really gasping for breath. But that's the way he plays. He hustles 100 miles an hour every time.
17-13. Rockets had almost come all the way back. And Luther Head now as Baxter gets it inside on Camby. And Camby with a block and a foul first.
And the fans don't like it, but that was a foul. Camby had his right arm around Lonnie Baxter's waist, holding him down.
I don't know about you, but I love the look of Lonnie Baxter right now. He's playing hard. After a slow start, the Houston Rockets fought their way back into this game, now trailing by 4. But we're not eligible.
No, we're not. But I was just wondering, are you going to sing on New Year's Eve on the broadcast?
Yes, if you come to the arena. There's a double team on Miller, taking it into Nahara. Nahara puts it up and in. That's where he likes to do his dirty work. Talk about a blue-collar worker. Eduardo Nahara is one of the best.
Yeah, he plays hard, but he also has some offensive skills. He can put the ball in the basket.
Lonnie Baxter has come in to ignite Houston now. He has 5 points. Luther Head trying to find Baxter. Steal by Nahara. Nahara was an All-American at the University of Oklahoma. The only Mexican-born player in the NBA. In fact, he wants the Nuggets to play a game in Mexico next year. The league says they'll look at it. There's a miss. Good defense by Houston as Buckner goes up. Greg Buckner out of Clemson. He's a veteran. Earl Watson's in the game. Taking it down to Juwan. Juwan misses. Well, the Rockets are really struggling with their outside shot. Only 20% shooting by Houston, and yet down by only 4.
Well, Lonnie Baxter's got 4 offensive rebounds. If you're going to be missing a lot of shots, there's going to be a lot of offensive rebound opportunities.
Nice little zone by Houston with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Earl Watson turns the corner. He's picked up. Buckner looks for a 3. Got it up in the air, and Juwan. Look at Nahara go get it. And a foul on Baxter. I'll tell you, that Eduardo Nahara, he really has a nose for the basketball. He's 6'8", 220 in his 6th NBA campaign. Dallas took him in the first round several years ago. And he came over here to Denver. But look at that effort.
Just effort and just wants the basketball. Just goes after it with everything he's got. It'd be great to see an NBA game in Mexico. Remember, Bill, when I was with the Rockets, we played a preseason game in Mexico City.
I did that game.
Yep. And I think the scoreboard caught on fire.
The scoreboard caught on fire. One of the headsets didn't work, and I had to do the game with Calvin Murphy on my headset.
So you guys were real close.
Oh, real closer than I wanted to be. I tried to tell him, hey, look, since you don't have a headset, you don't have to do tonight's game. But that was like,
telling Calvin he's not going to be able to talk.
Yeah, that's right. That was impossible. So we just shared the headset all night long. The scoreboard blew up. Baxter. Oh, look at Lonnie.
There's the offensive foul. Really late whistle, but that is the correct call. Lonnie Baxter clearing out with that left arm.
And unfortunately, that's the 3rd foul on Baxter now.
Let's watch here. Lonnie gets a nice pass and then clears out. Well, he didn't clear out too hard, but he did slap Camby in the face. That's his 3rd foul. That's tough luck because Lonnie's been playing very aggressively so far in this game.
Nuggets up by 5. Watson passes inside. Camby missed the layup. And a loose ball foul called. Whoops. It's on Baxter. Lonnie Baxter has 6 rebounds, but 4 fouls in 6 minutes.
Well, Lonnie's a very physical player, and the officials have not seen Lonnie play much. He's only played a handful of minutes in this season, and Lonnie playing hard. I mean, he's aggressive, and Jeff Van Gundy can't fault him for that, and it looks like Van Gundy may leave him in the game.
Well, there are 4 seconds left. I don't think he can foul out in the first quarter.
Well, it could happen. Let's hope not, though.
Camby. And he got them both. Nuggets have already taken 12 free throws in this game. Luther Head knocked out of bounds by Andre Miller with 1 second left, so the Rockets have advanced it far enough now where they can get it in the hands of McGrady. Let's see, Stephen Graham's going to check into the game for this last possession. Somebody's got to come out, and Baxter will be the man. All right, where do you go here with 1 second?
Well, I'd like to go to T-Mac. Of course, Denver Nuggets know that as well, so they may be forcing him not, making it very difficult to touch the basketball. Well, he's got it.
Tracy with a double team. Nahara came over to help out, and the Rockets survived the first quarter, shooting only 20% from the field. Denver 8 of 12 from the free throw line, and after the first period, Nuggets 22, Rockets 15. 22-15 Denver, and the Nuggets were able to do it at the free throw line.
Okay, let's watch the, that's the Nutcracker Ballet right there, Bill. Landed right on the Denver Nuggets sign in the middle of the court. It's holiday season, Bill.
It certainly is.
Holiday season.
Yes, it is, and that's your present to me. I'm speechless. Luther Head goes to the basket, over to Ryan Bowen, lays it up and in. You didn't tell me that you were going to run, but I think that's good.
2-mile run?
Yes, you and Tad Brown are entered.
I thought it was a 2-mile drive.
Tad Brown is really into this. Well, you got to win the truck first.
Oh.
Earl Watson from the outside. And the rebound to Luther Head, so it'll be Luther, McGrady, Stromiles Swift back into the game. Moochie Norris is in along with Ryan Bowen. Look at that double team. They almost ran McGrady right off the court. Nobody guarding Bowen. Nobody. Luther Head puts up a three and misses. And a loose ball foul on Stromiles Swift. So the Rockets have been whistled for 9 fouls to only 3 for Denver. Pretty big disparity.
That is a big disparity. You think it's the officials' fault?
No.
I think it's the Rockets being aggressive. Denver's not known as a great defensive team. And since that's the case, the Rockets need to go ahead and put the ball in the basket.
Francisco Elson has checked in. He's a 7-footer. And he has had some early playing minutes this year and has played very well in spurts. He's a big body.
Number 56 for Elson. That's how many other players in the NBA history have worn number 56?
I don't know.
Me neither. I don't think very many.
Why did you ask the question?
He may be the only player in NBA history to wear number 56.
So you may be on to something. He is from the Netherlands. So another foul is called on Houston.
Maybe 56 has some sort of a meaning in the Netherlands. What's another? What are they known for?
Dance that break. Carmelo Anthony hits on the outside. 24-17 Nuggets. Seems like they ought to be about 50 points ahead, but the Rockets just a couple of baskets in a row right back in this thing. And there's a turnover. They got Nahara on McGrady.
Here's what the Rockets are doing on offense, Bill. They're looking for Tracy McGrady to carry them. Well, Tracy McGrady has 2 or 3 Nuggets around him every single time. Some of the other Rockets are going to have to score some points.
You'd be drummed out of the coaching profession if you did not double-team McGrady until somebody else beat you, man.
Watch out. Bill, you were open.
I almost caught that. There's a turnover by Denver.
Carmelo Anthony threw that one into the front row. Hey, you're open. Shoot it.
Great hands. Nope. You're the shooter. I'll give you the ball.
All right. So you're gonna be the assist man.
I want to get the assist.
All right.
I tell you, Matt, you could go out there right now and get a couple of field goals.
I guarantee I could still shoot. Running up and down the court in this altitude would be a problem.
They wouldn't leave you open as much. There's Stromiles taking it inside, hooks it up and out, and he's fouled. It seems like if you go to the basket, these 3 officials are going to put you at the line, so you need to be aggressive.
That's a great point. The officials are calling the game very, very tightly. So if you're the Rockets with the basketball, just take it to the hole. Draw a foul, go to the free throw line.
You got a shot of George Karl over there on the sideline. There it is at halftime. The University of Kansas with a 4-point lead over the Houston Cougars. As Cougars, one of the 6 Conference USA teams at bowls, but the only Conference USA team playing a BCS team. So that's a pretty good matchup. Strohmeyer gets it to roll. So the Rockets, all 6 of their free throws, 8 of 12 for Denver. 24-19. And a whistle. And that's going to be a 3-second technical foul, illegal defense on Houston, 3-second violation.
That look right there on Van Gundy's face says it all. Stromile Swift caught in the lane, not guarding anybody.
Carmelo Anthony gets the technical. He has 11 points, and he will bring the ball in. Jeff trying to hold this deal together, and he doesn't know when he's going to get any of these injured players back. Nahara back outside to Watson. Little head fake on Mucci. Gives it up to Anthony. He'll fire it up and in. Carmelo Anthony gets only his 10th three-pointer of the season. He's only a 23% three-point shooter, and that's going to be a foul on Stromile Swift.
Well, not only does Stromile run over Nahara and get the offensive foul, but the behind-the-back bullet pass almost drilled Jonathan Fagan right in the face. There's the behind-the-back pass. There's Jonathan Fagan. Look out, Jonathan! Stromile thought you were open. Look at him. He's still, Jonathan was mad.
Well, he had his head down, typing. And he almost got hit right in the old noggin.
And Stromile will take a seat on the bench after that display of passing.
Earl Watson. Anthony lost the ball, but Watson goes and gets it. Butler and a steal by Stephen Graham. Knocked out of bounds by the Nuggets. Game is really sloppy. 28-19, Nuggets with the lead. And a timeout taken as Jeff Van Gundy looking for any combination that might work. But right now his club struggling to score as it has most of the season. About that, huh? I want to see everybody on New Year's Eve now at 6 o'clock. You'll still have plenty of time to get to the parties, and maybe you'll win that pickup truck.
And if you win the lottery, then you have enough money to buy gas.
Triple team on McGrady. Who's going to hit the big shot? The Rockets are getting it, and there's the man. He's done it all season long. Luther Head continues to be one of the top three-point shooters from the three-point line in the NBA. Luther shooting 44%. Inside to Nahara. Earl Watson gets the assist. Watson was a free agent signing from Memphis this year. A lot of people wondered why they picked him up because he didn't play at all early in the season. Now he's in the rotation, and Vashawn Leonard is not playing. Juwan Howard with a little jump hook and a foul on Nahara.
They're calling it tight. Nahara not happy with that call, but Juwan Howard going to the free throw line. The officials are calling this game very tight. And if you're a player, you got to understand that. You know, sometimes the officials let the game go. Sometimes they call it tight. If they're calling it tight, take it to the basket.
Well, Juwan played here in Denver in the 2003 season. He averaged 18 points and 8 rebounds to lead that team in scoring. And really one of the fine citizens in the league with the Juwan Howard Foundation. He does so much for underprivileged children. And, you know, I was just talking to him the other day, and I'd almost forgotten. Juwan was the first NBA player to leave school early and graduate on time. Remember, he was one of the Fab Five at Michigan. Yep. Remember, went back and got his degree on time after playing a couple of years in the pros.
So he's got something to fall back on after his NBA career.
Well, he can fall back on that big wallet. I know Janine likes all that money, right? Anthony puts it up and in. Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, so if this gig doesn't work out for Juwan, his basketball thing, he'll get his real job.
Well, I tell you, as smart as he is, he can do just about anything he wants to do. He's really a class act. And he's playing hard here for the Rockets, very undermanned. As 4 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be a turnover. Good job by Graham.
Well, keep it running.
Now, changed. They let the shot clock run, but it looked like Denver had possession and passed it ahead. When he threw it over his head, that should be Houston's ball with a fresh shot clock.
Yep, that's what the officials are saying, that with that pass, Denver did have possession, so it should have been a reset.
Yeah, had Denver not passed it forward or towards their goal, then there would have been a shot clock violation. So the Rockets get a break.
Rockets get a mulligan on this play.
That's right. Let's make use of it. There's the double team quickly on McGrady. One extra pass to Graham. Graham flies inside, missed the shot. Rockets are passing up good medium range shots to try to attack the Nuggets inside, and carrying the ball call on Carmelo Anthony.
How many whistles have we heard tonight, Bill?
A lot.
I think maybe during some of these lulls in the game, you ought to sing some holiday tunes for us.
Well, I am going to on New Year's Eve, which is past the holiday season, I understand. I don't want to run everybody off early. 32-23.
Do you have a Frank Sinatra tune lined up for us?
Yes, I do. Little Christmas Waltz by Frank Sinatra. That ought to do it, huh? There's McGrady. Look.
How about that waltz?
Look at all it.
Yeah.
Look at all those guys.
Tracy McGrady trying to waltz to the basket, and there's 3 Denver Nuggets around him. That's what I'm talking about, Bill. Some of the Rockets are going to have to put the ball in the basket. Tracy McGrady has got 2 and 3 Nuggets around him every time he touches the ball.
Rockets shooting only 25%. Look at him chasing McGrady everywhere. There it is. Wesley's got all day long. That's what it takes.
Yep.
Keep the ball moving, but you've got to hit the shot.
Yeah, great job of finding David Wesley. He was the open shooter, and David does a great job of knowing how much time he has. He takes his time to hit that shot, but he still keeps in his rhythm.
Inside to Anthony, and he missed the layup. Luther head with the basketball, 32-26. Tried to get it up ahead. Luther comes away with it. McGrady will fire it up. That's off the mark. And Tracy is struggling tonight, too. He's 1 for 7.
That was the first time he got to see the basket clean.
Buckner will put it up and miss. And the rebound to Wilson. He is stripped by Moochie Norris. Look at Moochie. He's having trouble running. And he just laid it up there. And the whistle.
Yeah, you saw Moochie's really struggled with that right quad strain. We talked to him right before the game. He actually came and sat down next to us during warm-ups, and he said, if I have to move, I'm going to be in big trouble. Now let's watch Moochie. He's dragging that leg. You can see he's grimacing, trying to get to the hole. Tough spot for Moochie, but he's trying to gut it out.
He knows that the Rockets cannot afford to have another man out. He's playing hurt. On the drive, back into the corner. Buckner will get another opportunity, and he hits. So Brett Buckner, who doesn't shoot a lot of those shots, put that one up and in.
14 for 43 coming into the game tonight. 33%.
That's one of their better shooters. Juwan Howard misses, gets it back. White jerseys all around him, and
look at that.
He wins the scrum.
Juwan Howard is on the floor. 5 Nuggets around him. All the rest of the Rockets just watch him.
He grabbed that ball any way he could. That looked like a fumble in football, where sometimes you're on the bottom of the stack. We have a timeout on the court. 5:39 left to play in the first half. Denver up by 9. 5:39 left to play in the first half.
Good idea, Bill. We already have seats, though.
Yeah, you can't beat these, can you? Have you done all of your Christmas shopping? Luther Head. And he gets an early gift as the defense just went away then. And Luther was able to lay it up and in.
Yeah, the defense was rotating to Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
He didn't even have the ball.
They thought he was going to pass to McGrady. Earl Watson getting inside. Good switch. Nice move by Anthony on the crossover, but he didn't make it. Juwan Howard with the rebound. Luther Head open on the far side of the court. They're going to give it up to McGrady, but there's another turnover. Buckner in the open court. He missed it. And Watson is fouled.
Well, if you're a big NBA fan and you're wondering why Earl Watson is playing and not Earl Boykins. Earl Boykins is out with a left hamstring, and here's the pass to Tracy McGrady. Defense is so tight on him, they can't even get him the ball. And a 3-on-2 fast break for the Nuggets on the other end, and Luther Head just gets him on the arm.
Yeah, Earl Boykins is out. Kenyon Martin hasn't played a lot of minutes because he just doesn't play a lot of minutes anymore with that knee. Buckner has been nursing an injury, and this is the first time he's played in a while. Bowen will come into the game. Of course, we've already told you about Rafer Alston, Derek Anderson, John Barry, Dikembe Mutombo, and Yao Ming.
Those guys are all out, and we talked about Moochie with the strained quad. Moochie checks out, so Moochie's kind of day-to-day, as are Bill Worrell and Matt Bullard.
That's right.
We're day-to-day.
I'm half a day.
Half a day today.
Earl Watson gets out of UCLA in his 5th season. Boy, Memphis Ace got rid of their entire backcourt, didn't they? They sent Jason Williams over to Miami, and they just got a whole new backcourt there in Memphis. Luther Head will fire up another 3. This one's too long, and a loose ball foul is called on Denver. And it's called on Marcus Camby.
Marcus Camby said, what? Who, me? Luther Head takes the 3, and we'll see if we can see. Oh, yeah, Marcus is all over Juwan Howard's back.
Yeah.
Just slightly over the back.
So you got Martin, Buckner, Anthony, Camby, and Miller. There's Luther Head will bring it in. It'll be Luther Head, Wesley, Howard, McGrady, who really hasn't had an open look. Double team comes quickly, and Juwan is open. Camby at the back door, and traveling called on Juwan Howard. And that's when it helps to have the second leading shot blocker in the NBA. Camby blocks over 3 shots a game, and he just would not allow Juwan Howard to get that shot off.
Marcus Camby is playing such great basketball.
Lonzo Mourning is leading the league in blocks. Camby right behind him. Andre Kirilenko is number 3 when he's healthy. But he's out again. There's Luther Head with a foul.
Well, we mentioned the Rockets only have 9 guys in uniform. Normally you'd have 12, but with only 9 guys in uniform, the Rockets need to stay out of foul trouble.
Well, listen to this. Bowen with 3, Swift with 3, Baxter with 4, and Luther Head with 3. Is there a chance that the Rockets may not finish with 5 players on the court?
We still got 4:20 left in the first half.
I know it.
You may have to suit up, Bill.
Rockets have been, no, not me, you. The Rockets have been whistled for 15 fouls already in this game. Both teams are in the penalty. 10-point lead by the Nuggets. Biggest lead of the game for Denver. Juwan going to work. Missed it. Of course, Ryan Bowen's going to hustle down the ball somewhere.
Ryan is always around that basketball.
Wesley sets again. Wesley hits again. 3 3-pointers for David Wesley, and that's about the only offense the Rockets have had.
And all 3 shots, David has been able to read the label on the basketball before he shoots it. That's ugly there.
And there's Camby over the back. Wait a minute. No. I'm going to say it's on Ryan Bowen.
That's his 4th. Jeff Van Gundy looks down that bench and he says, well, who do I have?
Well, he doesn't have anybody over 6'8". Well, 6'9", I guess. You'd have to say Juwan Howard's the only one in the game, and you got Camby and Martin. A minute ago, you had Elson, who's a 7-footer.
He's got Patrick Ewing on the bench.
Well, if Patrick could run up and down the court more than 3 or 4 times, I think he could get you about 10 rebounds tonight.
How long does it take to sign somebody to a 10-day contract? Can you do it in like 30 seconds?
You know, it's interesting now without the injured list.
Right.
The Rockets may be close to being able to add a player, and I don't know. I'll have to check on the new rules, but if you have 4 players the way I understand it now, if you have 4 players who are going to miss 2 or more weeks, you can petition the league.
Well, we've got 6 players who are going to miss 2 or more weeks.
Well, it looks that way right now.
So who would you want to bring in?
Well, that's the problem. You know, you're trying out guys but you'd have to try them out from the developmental league or the CBA. The Rockets have already brought Stephen Graham from the CBA. So Tracy McGrady will finally get to the free throw line.
Well, you got Latrell Sprewell out there. Ron Artest wants to be traded.
Well, the Rockets already are over that luxury tax. They're paying the luxury tax.
Yeah, but Latrell's got to feed his family.
Well, that's his problem. Why don't you get in shape?
Okay.
You blow out a knee the first move.
Oh, man. Yeah, I've had 5 knee surgeries already. I don't need a 6th.
Well, Tracy McGrady with only his 3rd and 4th points of this game. The Nuggets just determined that they're going to make somebody else beat them. Giving McGrady anything. Here's Carmelo Anthony taking it to the basket. Good defense, but he makes it anyway. Anthony gets the 2 points plus the foul. And McGrady is called for his first foul of the game.
Now, the only Rocket not in foul trouble. What a tough shot for Carmelo Anthony. Taking it in, dribble. Nice job for Luther Head to dig it out. But, wow, Carmelo Anthony just hangs in the air with power to put it in.
Carmelo, of course, played 1 season at Syracuse, and that was enough.
18 points already for Carmelo Anthony. Averaging 30 in the last 5 games.
Yeah, he's been red hot. 42-33 Nuggets. Nearing the 3-minute mark, left to play in the first half. Going to McGrady again. They'll run right now. Kenyon Martin has him. He'll fire it up over Martin. He's just not hitting his outside shot. McGrady, they're going to make him beat him over the top. Looks like he's throwing a slider.
Yeah, he's throwing that curveball. He's getting the curveball spin. The ball's got to come off with his fingers straighter.
That's an old shooter talking to you, folks. Camby.
Watch out. Marcus Camby has come to play tonight.
That's the biggest lead of the game for Denver. Camby with 8 points and 10 rebounds already.
Well, we talked before the game when we were having dinner. How many rebounds is Marcus Camby going to have? I guess 17. They get more than that tonight.
And a double team sandwich on McGrady, and a foul is called on Watson. They're just not giving him any room at all, and it's smart. I mean, if he's your main man, they're not going to let him get a good look. Denver with the lead, 2:25 left to play in the second quarter. David Wesley leads Houston with 10 points. He's the only Rocket in double figures. 18 points for Carmelo Anthony and 8 points and 10 rebounds for Marcus Camby. Tracy McGrady's only 1 for 8, Matt.
Yeah, he's only got 4 points, and this is the only time for Tracy that he'll be able to shoot without 2 or 3 Nuggets around him. There's Dikembe right there. He's got that hurt middle finger.
Dikembe's 3rd year here in Denver. Remember the big upset? They upset Seattle, and George Karl was the coach at the time. And then they almost upset Utah in the second round. They had that really good young team, but they couldn't keep it together.
And that upset, the Rockets had really struggled to get past Seattle in the playoffs the last few years. And so when the Nuggets upset Seattle, that cleared the path for the Rockets to go all the way to the championship.
That was a seven gamer.
I remember Dikembe laying on the court, clutching the ball.
Luther Head with the miss. So that last basket by Camby gives him a double-double. He has 10 points and 11 rebounds already. Camby will fire it from downtown short. When he works as hard as he does, you can forgive him for an occasional wild shot. Look at Luther Head. He's got all day, and he missed it.
Wow, there are open shots to be had for the Rockets.
Yeah, they've just missed too many shots. 25% shooting by Houston. That's not going to get it in any kind of competition. You know, they might quit double-teaming McGrady if the Rockets could shoot about 42, 43%, wouldn't they? Huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, if the Rockets are shooting 25%, they're going to put 2 or 3 guys around T-Mac every time.
Tracy draws the foul going to the basket. Good hustle. Carmelo Anthony is called for his first foul of the game. Both teams are in the penalty in the final 108. Eduardo Nahara checks into the game for Denver.
Now remember, the Nuggets are on a 4-game losing streak, Phil, and in that 4-game losing streak, they have given up 109 points a game. So you would think that the Rockets can come in here and score some points, but if you're only shooting 25%, obviously you're not going to score 109 points, and you're not going to have a very good chance of winning the game. So last minute and 8 seconds here in the first half, the Rockets have got to get some momentum, go into halftime, do something in the locker room to learn how to shoot the basketball and come out in the second half with a lot more aggressiveness and a lot better shooting.
Camby was going to the bench. It looked like he disagreed with George Karl on coming out. He has a double-double, 10 points and 11 rebounds. That's his 18th double-double of the season. But he did not want to come out of the game. And Nahara will take his place. Kenyon Martin, Nahara, Watson, Miller, and Anthony. Bad shot by Kenyon Martin.
Kenyon Martin's jumper looked really broken.
Rockets can go 2 for 1 now. They can get it a little closer as McGrady misses again. Miller the other way, gets the basket and draws the foul. We talked about fast break points. That's what they like to do.
Let's watch here. T-Mac drives it in, misses the layup. No one gets back on defense, and David Wesley tries his hardest, but then goes flying into the crowd. Both Andre Miller and David Wesley end up in the seats. Someone could have gotten hurt there. Now watch Marcus Camby, if we can see it. Marcus Camby comes off the bench to help his player get up. Marcus Camby still in the game, even though he's on the bench over there.
Andre Miller has some great numbers this season. Miller averaging almost 14 points and 8 assists a game. Now it's back to a 12-point Denver lead. 37 seconds. Rockets can get a quick 2 for 1 if they so choose. Baxter setting a pick for Luther Head. Jawan comes over, and he had Miller on him, so he took the shot, but he missed it. 24% shooting for Houston.
You hear that rim in the background when the Rockets hit the rim? It sounds broken.
Maybe they're hitting it too hard. Maybe they ought to hit the net. 7 seconds, down to 6, no shot clock, down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Anthony from downtown Denver. And he beat the buzzer. That ball started down, came out, went back down again. He got the shooter's roll. And Carmelo Anthony with a 21-point first half. Denver leads at 52-37. Stay with us. Tonight's Lexus halftime report comes your way after the break. Houston Rockets shooting only 24% in the first half and trailing it here 52-37. The starting front court for Denver has outscored Houston 34-9. And that's what we thought. The front court has taken the game over.
Yeah, Denver has played well. 52 points in the first half is about their average. The Rockets have really struggled. 10 for 41 in the first half shooting. Only 10 made shots. That is not good enough.
And Tracy McGrady only 1 for 9, but there's a pretty good reason for that. They've done a good job of dogging him everywhere he's gone.
Well, let's watch here. Here's Denver's defense. Every time Tracy touches the ball, there's 2 defenders around him. Now he's trapped in the corner. Let's watch it again. Tracy McGrady comes out the pick and roll. 2 defenders around him. He's 35 feet from the basket here. Now watch. Again, 2 defenders right at the three-point line. The reason why Denver can do that is because no one from the Rockets is hitting shots. Now, if you want to talk about hitting shots, how about Carmelo Anthony? 21 points, 7 for 11 from the field. Every time you watch him shoot, only 1 Rockets defender around him. The reason? Because the rest of his team is able to put the ball in the basket.
So, when you analyze this game, hit shots, right, in the second half.
That's the basic premise of basketball. Is you got to put the ball in the basket. That's the number 1 rule.
All right, good. We'll see if the Rockets can do that when we come back after this break. Here are tonight's Bud Light first half stats. The Rockets shooting 24%. And David Wesley with 3 of the 4 3-pointers made by Houston. What about those points in the paint, man?
Points in the paint. I'll tell you what, the Rockets can't hit outside shots. They got to take it to the basket. Really struggle with points in the paint this year.
Well, it's tough. Every time the Rockets have tried to take it inside, they've been intimidated by Marcus Camby and Kenyon Martin. And Camby, second leading shot blocker in the league. And if you take a look at the leading scorers, Wesley with the only Rocket in double figures. McGrady, as Matt pointed out, only 1 for 9 in the first half. Anthony with 21. Camby with 10 points and 11 rebounds at the half.
You know why they play you know why they play 2 halves of basketball?
No, you tell me.
Well, because the Rockets can come out here in the second half and get back in this game. If they can come out and play aggressive basketball, play smart, and hit some shots, they'll be right back in this thing.
On the road trip when the Rockets went 5-1, Matt, and you were on most of that road trip, that's what the Rockets did. They had big fourth quarters. They came from 14 down in Sacramento to win.
Right.
They came from 11 down in Seattle to win.
Right.
And they came from 12 down in L.A. to win against the Lakers.
Thank you for proving my point.
No, I was just, I was trying to give you some backup there.
Yeah.
A little support for what you said, but you're right. You know, 24 minutes, a lot of time in the NBA. But somebody's got to get hot. David Wesley has been. He misses, and the rebound goes to Camby. That's 12. Boy, that guy's like he's got a magnet. And another backdoor play, but Anthony missed it, and Kenyon Martin goes to get it. Lamar Johnson hits a 3.
Well, you're right, Bill. If someone can get hot for the Rockets, Denver Nuggets will let the Rockets back in this game. The Nuggets are not a good defensive team. They like to shoot the ball quickly. The Rockets can get some rebounds, which they haven't been able to do, and hit some shots. They can get back in this game.
Grady to Juwan, blocked by Camby. He averages over 3 a game.
That's incredible. Over 3 block shots a game.
Yep.
The only guy who gets more, Alonzo Mourning, and he's even older than Marcus Camby.
And another three-pointer for DeMar Johnson, and they just keep lengthening the lead. The Nuggets now with their largest lead of the game, 21 points, as we have a timeout on the court by Houston. Welcome back to the Mile High City, and to start the third quarter, DeMar Johnson hits a couple of threes back-to-back, 6-0 run, and Jeff Van Gundy called a timeout. Biggest lead of the game for the Nuggets, 21 points. McGrady gets by Johnson and misses, tipped up and out of bounds, and the ball goes to the Nuggets. The Rockets have missed their last 8 field goal attempts. Not happy.
That's not something that you can coach, you know. The shots that the Rockets are getting are shots that an NBA player should make. Jeff Van Gundy just wondering, how in the heck am I going to get some players to make some shots?
Inside, Stromile Swift. McGrady gets it back, tried to put it up with the left hand, drew the foul, and Tracy McGrady with good hustle.
Yep. Good hustle and great body control for Tracy McGrady. Most players in the NBA would have gotten this shot blocked, but use his body and his left to draw the foul.
So the Rockets shooting 22% from the field.
Say that again?
22%.
I was hoping if you said it twice, it'd be 44%.
Well, that's a good point. I'm trying to do that. But we would have to double our points. McGrady gets both free throws. So Tracy now 8 of 8 from the free throw line. And that's where he's getting his points. He's only 1 of 10 from the field. Andre Miller done a good job of running the show here for Denver. Got clock at 5, down to 4, down to 3. And that's picked up and in by Marcus Camby.
Stromile Swift went for the block, didn't get the block, and that left Marcus Camby wide open for a tip-in.
Brady picked up by DeMar Johnson, gets a pick from Juwan Howard, misses, long rebound, leads to a fast break. Kenyon Martin to the basket for 2.
The Nuggets can do that. They're the #1 fast-breaking team in the league.
That long rebound set that up. The Rockets are one of the best at getting back and preventing the fast break. And when that ball bounces all the way out to the front, that's hard to do. There's another miss by Houston, and Camby with another rebound.
So the Nuggets have 10 fast break points. It's a miracle they don't have as many shots as the Rockets are missing. You get a defensive rebound, that's the time to fast break. So that rim is broken. You hear that?
Yeah, the ball bounced right back to Kenyon Martin.
Yeah. That's the way the ball bounces, Bill, off the broken rim.
Well, if it's broken,
Well, was it broken before the Rockets started shooting on it, or after?
It didn't look broken until when DeMar Johnson put both of his threes in.
That's a good point.
And the whistle and a foul is called. David Wesley.
There's that fast break. Kenyon Martin with the left hand, hangs in the air. Kenyon's been fighting that knee injury all season. Doesn't look as explosive as he did a couple years ago. That's traveling.
It's a good job by McGrady to play defense.
And both Carmelo and T-Mac come up grimacing.
Will they bump heads?
I don't know if they bumped heads or what. That looks like Carmelo got it in the nose. We'll watch it here. Oh, yeah, there's Carmelo's nose right on T-Mac's head. Both of them go, oh, wow, that hurts. Don't do that anymore. Carmelo's got blood, actually. His nose is bleeding.
Yeah, so he'll have to come out of the game. They get a 30-second timeout to try to stop the blood, and if they can't, they'll take him out, but they won't be charged with a 20-second timeout.
Well, he's going to have to change his uniform, too. He's got blood on his jersey, so they'll take him back in the locker room and put a fresh one on him. And that uniform with blood on it will be on eBay for several $1,000s tomorrow.
Well, we want to remind you now that join us on New Year's Eve, a chance for you to win a brand new Toyota Tundra. The Rockets and Toyota are teaming up to give a lucky fan a brand new 2006 Tundra double cab during the game on Saturday, December 31st. T-Mac goes to the basket, Canby gets another block. DeMar Johnson back the other way to Buckner, sets up Miller, and he barely got on his toes. Andre Miller gets the field goal. I want to remind you now to get your tickets for New Year's Eve. You can call 713-627-DUNK or log on to Rockets.com. You'll find the official contest rules. But the rules you got to worry about is buy a ticket, get to the game New Year's Eve, Stromile Swift misses, and win that truck.
Every fan who enters the door will get a key.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I've been told that you can, if you don't win, you can take that key to a Houston area Toyota dealer and get a special prize.
I'm sure they'll find a car to fit that key.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all over the place. Have you ever noticed how many Toyotas are on the road? It's unbelievable.
Now that I'm driving one, I do.
That's right. Jawan puts it up and in. Jawan Howard. That's 5 points now for Jawan. In the deep corner, DeMar Johnson with a miss. The Nuggets are free stroking it right now. They really don't have any problems. And Jawan Howard with a great hustle play, good pass from Wesley, and Jawan with a chance for the three-point play as George Karl kind of kicks back. You see who's sitting next to George Karl?
Yes, I did.
One of my favorite all-time coaches, Doug Moe.
You see Jawan go in there and kicks Kenyon Martin in the leg. Kenyon Martin comes up hobbling. But getting back to Doug Moe, man, that's basketball coach right there.
Yeah, he won 432 games here. He coached from 81 to 1990. He had some Alex English, Fat Lever, Calvin Knapp, T.R. Dunn. There's Doug's back there when they were averaging about, 120 points a game?
120 points a game, 125, you know. That's the kind of basketball I like to watch. Put some points on the board. Fast break it. Throw it around and shoot it.
They won it. They got to the finals in 85. Then the Rockets beat them in 86 in an exciting six-game series. The Rockets won it here in double overtime in Denver. Johnson with a turnaround for two. That was some kind of team. And when George Karl got the job last year, he wanted Doug Moe sitting on that bench next to him. And Jawan Howard now has taken over, and he has double-figure points. 5 points in a row for Jawan. One thing you can count on about your Rockets fans, they will not give up. Just more bad, ill-advised shots like that by DeMar Johnson. If the Rockets can hit some field goals, they'll get right back in it. And Stromile couldn't catch it, but Stephen Graham does. Giving it back. Nice pass to Graham. And the Rockets now trying to work their way back into this one. 66-48.
See George Karl not happy with those quick shots, and sitting next to one side of George Karl is Doug Moe, the other side, Scotty Brooks.
Yeah, that's an old friend of yours, and Scotty won a championship. There's Martin going out of the game limping. That is not good news for Denver.
He's hurting bad. He got kicked in the leg, looking at a thigh bruise to me, but he's been battling that knee injury all year, and now he's got another injury to worry about.
You know, he said more than the knee injury hurting him. It was the tendonitis in the knee that really bothered him. That's what happens a lot of times, isn't it, after you have that surgery? You would know.
So he's rubbing his leg over here. He got kicked in the quad, and that hurts quite a bit. But that tendonitis that you get after you have knee surgery, as you're trying to rehab and get the strength back in your leg, you develop tendonitis in that knee, and it's just like someone stabbing a knife in your knee.
Luther Head misses, and the rebound goes to Denver. 68-48. Nuggets up. And a steal by Luther Head.
Look up.
And he does, but he throws a little too far ahead of David Wesley.
He looked too far up.
Yeah. He looked like John Elway. Just overthrowing Jackson on a flare pattern. And we have a timeout on the court with 5:04 left in the third quarter. The Rockets desperately trying to score some points. Denver up by 20, 5:04 left in the third. Time to check in on tonight's AIG Big Man Watch. And no contest. 12 points, 15 rebounds for Marcus Camby, and this is where you really miss Yao Ming.
Yep. Marcus Camby, one of the best centers in the NBA. And here's some of the things he does well. He can shoot that jump shot right there. He can take it to the hole and slam it. And he can tip it in. Marcus Camby, well, how about a block shot there, too? He does it all, Bill. He's having a great season, and one of the best centers in the NBA.
Number 1 in rebounding, number 2 in block shots. Andre Miller backs in David Wesley. That's something else you can do with Miller, too. He's big enough where you can back him in and post him up on occasion. Miller at 6'2", but he plays a little bigger than that. Stephen Graham has Anthony on him now. They go to Luther Head. Shot clock at 5 seconds. Down to 3, down to 2. Luther missing. And another rebound for Camby. 16 rebounds for Marcus Camby. He's got a chance to get in about 25 tonight if he plays that long.
Well, yeah, if he plays that long, and if the Rockets continue to miss shots like they are, he may get 25.
Juwan Howard called for the foul. And that's the second team foul on the Rockets. Nuggets with 4 team fouls. 4:09 left to play in the quarter. Camby going back door again to Anthony, but a whistle before the pass.
And how about that pass from Marcus Camby? That's your center throwing the alley-oop pass to Carmelo Anthony. How many centers in the league can make that pass?
Every time he gets a rebound over here, he looks over at the Houston bench. He's got a lot of friends over there, especially with the Houston coaching staff. They started him out, and there's backdoor Nahara. Nobody at home for Houston. Looks like Kenyon Martin is out for the rest of the game, but we thought that. Stromile Swift, short.
Traveling. Nahara had the ball. He's trying to take away from 2 of his teammates.
He wanted the rebound.
This is at this point in the game, now watch this pass from Carmelo. Here's Nahara right in here. And as he cuts to the basket, great pass from Marcus Camby. That's easy money there.
Swift going to the basket, but without the basketball. And traveling on DeMar Johnson. Well, DeMar Johnson is a real story, isn't he? He's finally come all the way back. This is his 6th season. He's out of Cincinnati, and he had that terrible car accident in Atlanta. So you take a look at George Karl, but they didn't think he'd ever play basketball. Or maybe, he broke his neck and his vertebra. And Stromile with a nice move to the basket.
And DeMar broke his neck, had to wear the halo brace.
Yeah.
You know, lucky to even be walking. even to be alive, and yet he's still playing NBA basketball.
Yeah, he's sat out a couple of seasons, and he's found a home here in Denver. I remember seeing him in Atlanta after the accident. He had that halo brace on, and I thought, my goodness, I hope he's going to be able to live a productive life, and he's back here playing basketball. So Stromile Swift with a nice move. Camby with a foul. Stroh will go to the free throw line. Ronnie Baxter, Tracy McGrady check in for Jeff Van Gundy. Luther Head, Juwan Howard come out.
There's Stromile's move to the basket. Powers it up, and Marcus Camby saying, hey, I was just standing there. Look, she's excited about the game.
She really is. I think she's waiting for Christmas Day.
I think her parents told her that Santa was going to be here tonight. That's why she came.
Where is he? Well, there you see the Fort Worth Bowl as Kansas has increased its lead over Houston 28-13. The Cougars moved their basketball game with North Texas from Houston to North Texas to Denton to play that game so their fans would be up there to see it. And Houston defeated North Texas today 92-84. Tom Benders has him a good squad this year.
Kind of a little twofer action there.
Yeah, a little twofer up Fort Worth, Dallas, Denton area. Defensive 3 seconds called on Houston. Jeff Van Gundy trying to remain interested here. It's tough because
trying his patience is what it's doing.
Well, he works so hard, and I'm not trying to make any excuses, but you know yourself how hard he works, stays up late looking at tape, but you can map out all the X's and O's you want to, and if you just don't have the talent available, you can't execute in this league. When you've got good players like Alston, Anderson, Berry, Mutombo, Yao Ming. Another slam dunk for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, this result tonight is not from a lack of preparation or coaching. It's just not hitting shots and not having enough bodies.
Another miss by Houston. Stromile Swift, offensive rebound and the putback. Good hustle by Stromile Swift. And he has 9 points. The Rockets are shooting 27%. Ken Maurer almost got that one right between the eyes. Turnover, Denver.
At least he was watching the ball.
Let's take a look at George Karl. He's still coaching hard.
There's another great pass from Marcus Camby to Carmelo Anthony, who tries to tear the rim off. Not too many centers in the league can make that pass, and George Karl puts Marcus Camby up top there because he's such a good passer.
Coming into this game, Camby had grabbed at least 10 rebounds in 19 of the 22 games, and he's got 16 rebounds tonight.
Fouls on 56. Elson. He's from the Nether regions.
Yeah, the Netherlands. Francisco Elson. He came over here to play basketball at California. Stromile Swift signed by Houston in the offseason.
Stromile's been a lot like his dunks, up and down. He's had some really, really good games, especially in the fourth quarter. He's really played well, and then he's had some games where he hasn't played well at all. Still trying to find that consistency that the coaching staff wants him to have. Yep.
Earl Watson from the outside with a three. Coming into this game, the Denver Nuggets were dead last in the NBA in three-point shooting. They hit 6 of 12 tonight for 50%. Coming into this game from the three-point line,
shooting the 20s, weren't they, as a team?
28%. Ronnie Baxter steals it right back. Swift gives it up to Wesley. David short on a three, and a foul on Stromile Swift.
David is a very good three-point shooter, shooting 41.5% on the season, but that one there looked like he played for the Nuggets.
Well, it looks like he's tired. When that ball hits short, and the last 3 shots by Wesley have been short. Anthony misses, and McGrady will get it up the court.
This is the part of the game in Denver that your lungs start to burn. You're playing at 5,280 feet above sea level, and the oxygen is thin, and your lungs start to burn, and your legs start to feel heavy, and you're right, your jump shot will get short at this point in the game.
Power hitters like it.
Yeah, the ball does carry. But the basketball, for years and years and years, and Gene Peterson was talking about this before the game with me, he goes, how come the basketballs feel so light here in Denver? Well, I don't know why. I mean, it might have something to do with altitude, but the basketballs have always had too much air in them here. They bounce real high, and they're very dry, slippery.
Come on, the balls don't weigh any lighter.
Sure.
You know, that reminds me one year, Ray Guy was leading the NFL in punting. And Bum Phillips thought he was putting helium in the football. So he brought one of the footballs back to Houston to have it checked out, and a professor at Rice called him and said, Bum, there's no such thing as helium being lighter. But he thought so.
The Denver Broncos have always had good punters, great average here in the altitude.
Well, yeah, you can kick it a little farther. Ball.
See, they're kicking it a little farther right there on the basketball court. Who kicked it?
One of the Rockets, according to Leon Wood.
There's the jump shot, and there's the loose ball, and we'll see. Oh, yeah. Lonnie Baxter playing a little soccer out there. See, I'm trying to get as many sports references as I can in. We got soccer, hockey, basketball, tennis, golf.
Akeem could play a little soccer with that basketball.
Yeah.
10 seconds left, no shot clock. Watson will let the air out of the ball.
No hearing, though.
Anthony misses, and Grady with the rebound at the buzzer. So that's the end of 3 quarters of play from the Pepsi Center in Denver. And it's the Nuggets 79, the Rockets 55. Denver with a lead as we head to the 4th and final quarter. Santa's got some helpers. Tracy McGrady picks up the foul. Well, it's good to have you back. Clyde Drexler was kind enough to fill in for you when we were in L.A.
Fill in for me? He wanted to go to L.A.
Oh, he did? That's why you went to the slopes, huh?
That's right.
You had to go skiing?
Yeah.
And took the family up there. Where'd you go?
We went to northern Idaho. Had a blast.
Oh, yeah?
What a great week of vacation with the kids and my wife, and great family times. I appreciate Clyde filling in for me.
You going to make a movie out of it? Matt's fabulous vacation?
No, but I feel like I'm living a vacation. Sitting here working with you and having fun and watching the Rockets play. Can't hardly beat it.
Well, I know you needed a break from this furious action. And we have a whistle. Good hustle by Juwan Howard. There's George Karl now. You know, it's interesting. When George came back last year, he'd already had 4 head coaching jobs, Matt. And he turned a team that was 17 and 25 around, and they ended up going to the playoffs. But he said, look, I gave up a lot of quality family time early in my life. I'm not going to do it anymore. So what he does now between games, he rents an airplane to fly and see his son Kobe play. Kobe is a junior at Boise State, and he's averaging 16 points a game, and George has seen most every one of his games this year. I think that's a good story because I remember Kobe. Remember when he was a ball boy at Seattle? He was only about 5 or 6 years old. That's how long we've been around.
That's how times have changed, though, for NBA head coaches. Now NBA head coaches can afford to rent airplanes to go.
Well, now that's a good point. Yeah.
Back when George started coaching, NBA coaches were not making that kind of money.
Well, George is highly respected, and of course he said he learned to appreciate it when he went to the broadcast booth between coaching gigs. Remember, he had a pretty good gig there.
He was really good. I enjoyed listening to him.
And he said that, you know, the time off allowed him to see his son play some basketball, and he enjoyed it. His son enjoyed having him there. And so he has decided now that he's not going to treat every one of these games like it's life and death.
Yeah. Well, that's a great attitude to have, because it's still just basketball. You know, there's more to life than basketball, and that's definitely something that I've come to find out. I mean, having family vacations and taking my wife and kids around the country has been great. And George Karl has the opportunity to do that. And another head coach, Stan Van Gundy, doing the same thing in Miami.
And I bet his brother Jeff is wondering about right now how his family's doing.
Yeah, I bet you Jeff is contemplating that right now as well.
Well, it's been a struggle, because when you're as motivated, these guys we're talking about, fans, guys like George and, of course, Jeff Van Gundy are such highly motivated individuals. And, you know, you have to be successful in this job. And there's Tom Thibodeau sitting right next to him, but it's just eating away at Jeff.
See, those guys, they work so hard. They prepare every night for these games, and they come out and have their team shoot 25%. It just kills them inside.
Well, it's like going to a gunfight with one bullet. You know, you just don't have enough firepower out there on the court, and traveling is called on Anthony.
I thought you were going to say it was like going to a gunfight with a knife.
Could be that too. But both of these coaches have won in all kinds of different teams and environments, but they'll be the first to tell you that talent wins games in this league. So McGrady goes backdoor for a change. Tracy now 2 for 14 from the field. I don't believe it. 12 points for the team out. Outside to Watson, and he'll fire it up there. Daring him to shoot. That's a long two for Earl Watson.
Watch, T-Mac's got 2, 3 Nuggets around him.
Boy, Juwan just won't stop. He's unbelievable. What a second half. Juwan Howard, 14 points and 7 rebounds.
He's consistent.
21 and 12 last game.
Yeah, he's consistent. It doesn't matter what the game is, who he's playing against. Juwan's going to give you the same effort every night, and that's what a professional is.
Hustle by T-Mac, puts it up and in, and draws the foul. It's really hard when you get up by 25 points like Denver did a few moments ago. It's hard to keep going, and what happens in this NBA is the other team comes battling back. And the Rockets don't have any quit, especially that guy number 1 right there.
Yeah, T-Mac has struggled from the field tonight. 3 for 15, but 8 for 8 from the line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists.
This is eating away at him. This has not been the season he expected. He stayed in Houston in the offseason and worked out extra hard. Then got tendonitis, hurt his knee, hurt his back. Now Yao is gone.
Yao came in his best shape of his life.
Yeah. Tracy finally gets healthy, and now there's no Yao. Rockets make a deal to pick up Rafer Alston, and he gets hurt.
Yep.
So it's just been one thing after the other. And they can't get any continuity. There's T-Mac again inside, and he misses a layup.
In and out.
Earl Watson. The worst three-point shooting team in the league. Now 7 of 15 for 47% behind the arc. A comfortable lead by the Nuggets as the Rockets call a timeout. Denver with a lead all the way tonight. Let's take a look at tonight's Reebok replay. And it's been a good night for Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo inbounds the ball, gets a nice pass from Marcus Camby, and flushes it down. Let's watch. Nice back pick. Good inbounds play. George Karl draws that one up and works to perfection.
Moochie Norris in the game with Juwan Howard, Luther Head, McGrady, and Lonnie Baxter. Luther Head getting down that baseline. And turnover by Houston. Watson. Off the basket, and he drew a foul. the foul.
Oh, Watson playing some pretty good basketball here for the Nuggets. Getting a chance to show what he can do.
That's 19 fast break points now. They average 21 and a half a game. So Watson gets the free throw.
Lucci was walking all over the place there.
Grady again with another offensive putback. Grady, 17 points for T-Mac, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Yeah. He's got 3 offensive rebounds, and he's not quitting out there. But I'll tell you what, being down by this many points with 7.5 minutes, it may be time to set T-Mac down because we cannot afford our other superstar to get hurt. Rockets are 0-8 with T-Mac out.
Juwan Howard, 16 points for Juwan.
Rockets are 1-1 with Yao out, and Wiggins going might be 1-2.
Andre Miller is starting to beef up his stats. He has 15 points. Double team on T-Mac. Lucci is open, and Lucci misses. Nahara picks up the rebound. Nahara has played 23 minutes. He has 5 boards. Elson hits from the wing. Cisco Elson.
How about the T-Mac and Lucci Norris pick and roll?
Juwan again inside hits. Juwan Howard has 15 points in the second half. He has 18 in the game.
That was an interesting play. Lucci Norris setting the pick for T-Mac.
Another basket inside. And Jeff Van Gundy is going to call a timeout. 6:07 left to play in this game. Nuggets can name the final score. There's the score with 6:07 left to play in the game, and let's take a look at tonight's Wachovia moment.
Season's greetings. We hope you have a very happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holiday, Houston.
Season's greetings from your Houston Rockets. This is T-Mac. I'd like to wish everybody a happy holiday.
Happy holidays, Houston.
Those guys got on twice.
John Barry doesn't know how to wear a Santa hat, does he?
I thought he looked pretty good in it myself. Dressing up in a Santa hat. It's going to be careful delivering those presents getting down that chimney. Santa's injured. Well, another layup by the Nuggets. The Rockets have missed a lot of shots, shooting only 30%, but I think the Rockets may have the worst defense going tonight that I've seen all season. Their interior defense is really very porous.
They're giving up 20 fast break points as well.
You might want to see more of Stephen Graham. Got a chance to play against his brother Joy a couple of nights ago, and Joy, of course, a #1 draft choice in the NBA. Stephen was a #1 draft choice in the CBA. And Kleza puts it up and in. There's an interesting guy, #1 draft choice, Linas Kleza, out of the University of Missouri, played a couple of years there. He's from Lithuania. Luther Head, nice pass. Ryan Bowen waits his turn, draws the foul from Francisco Elson, and Ryan Bowen will shoot 2. So everybody in for George Karl now. Julius Hodge was a first-round draft choice, North Carolina State. He's in the game, and he does not get to play very often. In fact, a lot of people thought Julius Hodge was going to be playing in Austin in the developmental league. Denver and Houston are farm teams. Austin's a farm team for those two. But they had all those injuries. They had to keep Hodge around.
You talk about the Nuggets having injuries. Earl Boykin's out, and Kenny Martin is struggling with injuries. Greg Buckner has been in and out of the lineup. So, yeah, they're having some injuries. Then you look at the Rockets. Holy smokes. Yeah, 6 guys out for the Rockets, and basically your 6 best players except for Tracy McGrady.
Not trying to make excuses. It's just a fact. There's Hodge trying to take it in, and a good defensive effort by Luther Head. Now, those two must have tangled somewhere last year with Hodge with a great career at North Carolina State, Luther Head at Illinois. Luther Head really having a superior rookie campaign, and you wonder how many minutes he would have played without these injuries, but they're finding out they drafted quite a player in Luther Head. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Graham a little flat on the shot, but it comes right back to him. Try it again. Yeah, how about taking it inside, but he missed. Elson with the rebound. Went awry, and here comes Mucci. And a whistle. Rockets will be back in the Toyota Center to play against Utah. That'll be Tuesday night. Tonight's Landry Signature Group player of the game, Marcus Camby, who finished with 12 points and 16 rebounds and 4 block shots. Wow.
He's having a great season. Fun guy to watch play because he plays both ends of the court.
He's not fun when he's playing against you.
No, that's a good point.
Hey, Rob Falkenberry is here, and he wanted to say hi to some friends, Brent and Bob Gowdy back in Houston. Bob's an old Houstonian that's up here in Denver now. Comes to every game wearing his Rockets jersey, and he's got his kids, and they're all wearing. One's wearing a T-Mac jersey, the other one a Yao Ming jersey. Rebound by Lonnie Baxter. Lonnie Bowen with the offensive rebound.
This is the type of game that Stephen Graham and Lonnie Baxter can really show the coaches what they can do. A great move by Stephen Graham that time. These are the type of games, if you're sitting on the end of the bench, you trade for these type of games. You get in and show what you can do. And Lonnie Baxter with 10 rebounds really getting it done.
Hodge taking it in, blocked by Stephen Graham, but a foul call on Graham. So 3:09 left to play in this game. I was going to tell you, on Tuesday, the Rockets will be back in the Toyota Center to Oklahoma City to take on Oklahoma City. New Year's Eve.